Roblox Tower Defense Simulator has had its three core game modes for years, those being Easy, Molten, and Fallen. But in May of 2024, that was all about to change. The developers of Tower Defense Simulator had been hyping this up for a while, and it shows. The addition of a new intermediate mode came with all sorts of quirks and gimmicks that made it unique. Almost too unique. The problem with introducing a new game mode is that the original three are old. Like very old. Intermediate is meant to be a stepping stone in the Fallen, so the player would expect that what they see in Intermediate would carry over in the Fallen. However, Fallen hasn't had a major update in years, leaving it mostly the same. That's the main problem. You see, Intermediate introduces all sorts of features, one of them being enemy modifiers. Modifiers give enemies traits that make them stronger, such as regenerating health and being faster. This is a very cool feature and adds a lot to the difficulty of a mode. Modifiers can turn ordinary enemies into absolute tanks, making them major threats. However, these modifiers are nowhere to be seen in Fallen. In addition to modifiers, Intermediate also brings an entirely new wave design, such as grouping large amounts of enemies, so many, in fact, that it can be overwhelming for even the best of towers. This was intentional by the developers, and their main goal was to push players in strategizing by using splash damage towers, such as Demoman and Rocketeer. But again, this is nowhere to be seen in Fallen. This leaves a player feeling confused, as they could actually feel that Fallen is a little bit easier than Intermediate mode in some ways. From personal experience, I actually found the early game of Fallen to be significantly easier than the early game of Intermediate mode, for one reason, and that's the bosses. Fallen has had a staple enemy on Wave 10, the Abnormal Boss. The Abnormal Boss is a much stronger variant of the abnormal enemy fought waves prior. Most towers can handle this enemy if money is invested and used wisely. However, in Intermediate mode, things are a lot different. The first boss enemy fought in Intermediate mode is the Ghoul. The Ghoul comes out with a modifier of health regeneration. In addition, it comes with 180 health. Not only is the Ghoul slightly stronger than the Abnormal Boss, its regeneration is no joke. The Ghoul can easily plow through your defenses if you can't do damage to it fast enough, making it quite the problem. This just shows that Fallen is outdated compared to Intermediate, and the lack of mechanics from Intermediate not being present in Fallen makes Intermediate mode stand out from the rest of the game modes. Now, a Fallen rework has been teased, and this will most likely connect Intermediate to Fallen nicely. Overall, the execution of Intermediate's implementation into the game could have been revised more, as it let Intermediate not be its own thing entirely when compared to the original three modes. What do you think of Intermediate mode? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you liked this video, consider giving me a like. It helps me and the channel out tons. And if you would like to see more content from me, consider subscribing for future content and uploads. Have a great day, and I hope to see you again sometime.